If you've used a cloud instance before, and you might be trying to use one right now, and that's how you found this video, you've probably SSH'd into something. What SSHing is connecting to a remote cloud instance from your local machine, and there's a lot of errors that can come with that. Off the bat, the first thing you'll want to do is just stop your cloud instance and restart it. A lot of times that can solve an issue on its own, and then you don't have to go through the rest of this. So on Thunder Compute, the way you do that is TNR stop and the instance ID. And to restart it, you run TNR start and that same instance ID. So that instance will be turning on. And then in the background, we do a whole bunch of the config to set things up for you. And hopefully that can reset whatever setting's broken. If you have your cloud instance in AWS, Google, another cloud, you'll have to manually do a lot of what's going on behind the scenes here. Basically what that entails is generating an SSH key on your machine and then adding that to the AWS console within your instance so that the instance knows to let you in. Like I said, we do that in the background just to make your life a little easier. But that's one area where things can go wrong. Maybe the key isn't added, maybe it changed, maybe you're reading the wrong key, and sometimes just going through that step again can fix it. So say you do this and you're still having the same issue. The way you figure that out is just by trying to connect to that instance again. So on Thunder Compute, you do that with TNR, and then that instance ID is 0. And right now it worked. So I just got straight into that instance. But say it didn't work, and say it failed, maybe it threw an error, maybe it hung, and kind of depending on what you see, you'll want to follow different steps. So the place to go to find the files that are relevant is the .ssh folder. So if I cd .ssh from my home directory, there's a couple of files in here. The ones you care about are IDRSA, IDRSA pub, and known hosts. These are the SSH keys that you will have generated and uploaded to AWS. This is the list of known hosts on your computer. The .old I have because I backed this up a while ago, but it probably won't have this extension. And when you connect to something, what happens is your computer recognizes that you've connected to that cloud instance, and then we'll add it to the known hosts file. So when I SSH into something, it will read this config, see any relevant files that you need to use, probably these keys, and then add that to your known hosts. So the first thing that can go wrong is something's messed up in your config. You can read that config with cat config. This is slightly different on Windows. You can find the equivalent command. This is some of the automatic configuration that Thunder Compute does, but you really shouldn't see anything fancy in here. And you can just go ahead and delete that file if you do see something that's corrupted, messed up. This looks good on my end, so I won't touch it. The next thing you can do is delete these files, generate a new one, add it to your instance. The last thing you can do is just delete this known host file. Sometimes you'll see a permissions error where something is struggling to read one of these files, and generally you can just follow whatever instructions you see in that error. So if it says you need owner permissions on a certain file, you can run the command to give yourself owner permissions of that file, and then it should work. Take a step back and kind of go over these same steps on Thunder Compute if you're having these issues. And it's actually quite similar. It's just these files are in a different place. So within this config file, you can see this TNR0 host. And essentially what that means is I can SSH into TNR0, and this will automatically fill in the IP that I need and use this key file when I connect. And now we're in the instance. So say I try that command and it doesn't work for some reason. It would be likely because of either this config file is messed up, and if you read this and it looks something like this, it's probably fine. And it could be because this key file is missing or not being read correctly. Or it could be because known hosts is messed up, or because there's a configuration problem. So let's step through those and kind of see if any of those pieces are messed up and what steps we can take to fix them. So if I go back, I can cd into that .thunder folder and list what's in here. And you can see this keys file. There's actually this locks folder as well. Sorry, keys is a folder. And keys will contain all of the public keys I have. So if I cd into keys, list them, you can see a ton of public keys. And this is because TNR Connect is basically adding a public key every time we connect to the instance, which generally shouldn't cause issues, but you can actually safely delete these, and that may fix your issue. So to do that, I can just do rm-rf, or I'm already in the folder, so back out of that folder, and then I can do rm-rf keys. Now if I list this, that keys folder is gone. So another thing I can do is look in this locks folder. So if I cd locks, there's nothing in here. But if there was, that would mean something stuck during our automatic configuration of your instance. And you can just go ahead and delete that file. And that may fix your problem as well. And once you've done that, that should actually fix most issues. The last issue that you may see is you have a permissions error, and generally deleting these files would fix that permissions error. But if you're still seeing a permissions error, you can manually add that permission back to the folder or file that it's referencing. The last tip I want to give everyone is these issues are much more common on Windows than on Mac or Linux. So if you're running on Windows, I'd highly recommend using WSL, and that way you're basically running a mini version of Linux inside your Windows machine, which will probably solve all of your issues. It makes the configuration easier, the paths and permissions, they just tend to work, versus on Windows, you run into more edge cases. Those are all the steps that I have. They should work on any platform where you're SSHing. And like I said, shameless plug, Thunder Compute tends to make this process easier. We just take away that complexity, shove it in the background so that you don't have to think about any of this. I hope that helped. And if you can't solve your problem from this, feel free to join our Discord and DM me, and I'm happy to personally help you.